Kylo Mudryk is available to return to playing immediately after resolving his doping case with the Football Association. The Ukraine international has not played a competitive match since November 2024, having been provisionally suspended after retaining an adverse finding for banned substance, meldonium. He is subsequently given the maximum 4-year ban by the FA, but appealed against the decision to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. The FA said anti-doping disciplinary proceedings have now been resolved with Mudryk, and he can return to competition with immediate effect after he accepted breaking anti-doping rules and agreed to a suspension equal to the time already served. Mudryk said he was grateful to be able to return to playing after the most difficult period of his career. And Celtic have rejected a West Ham approach for Arnie Engels, while Everton are keen on Alistair Johnson. That's what manager Martin O'Neill has confirmed. The West Ham bid for Belgian midfielder Engels doesn't remotely meet our valuation, said O'Neill, who received a call from Everton counterpart David Moyes relating to Canada fullback Johnston, who's 27. O'Neill said Everton have been in contact. I'm not sure whether there's been a bid in there for that one, but they've been in contact saying that there would be. In fairness, David Moyes did call me last week to say there would be contact. Golf now, and South Korea's Hairan Ryu birded the 18th to bounce back from a poor start and end the second round as leader of the AIG Women's Open at Royal Lytham and St Anne's. The 25-year-old, aiming to become only the 5th woman in history to claim 3 majors in a calendar year, is one shot clear of Japan's Shiho Kawaki. Earlier this month, Ryu claimed a second major in the space of 2 weeks at the Evian Championship, and a remarkable major form has continued at the Open. Tennis now, and Cameron Norrie's resurgent form continued as he overpowered Bernard Tomic in just 50 minutes to progress to the semi-finals of the Los Cabos Open in Mexico. 5th seed Norrie won 12 straight games to defeat his Australian opponent 6-1, 6-love and set up a semi-final meeting with defending champion Denis Shapovalov. And Katie Boulter will lead the British team at the Billie Jean Cup finals in Shenzhen, China. Emma Raducanu, who has struggled with injury and illness throughout the year, has not been named in the squad. British number 2 Boulter replaces Katie Swan in a team that is otherwise unchanged from their qualifying win against Australia in Harriet Dart, Mika Stoisavla-Levic and Jodie Burridge. Britain begin their campaign against the Czech Republic on Tuesday, September the 22nd. And finally, it's cricket, and England Director of Men's Cricket, Rob Key, says he wouldn't be surprised if Ben Stokes came out of international retirement at some stage, adding, anything is possible. Former captain Stokes, now 35, announced the decision to retire from international cricket during England's third test defeat by New Zealand in June. Stokes missed the second test of that 2-1 series loss, while an investigation took place into an incident at a London nightclub after he breached the team's midnight curfew. The all-rounder, who subsequently found blameless for the incident, said the controversy had added to his thoughts about calling time on his illustrious England career. But Key said it would be a brilliant story if he does. Anything's possible with Ben. That's all for now. We'll have more later. Here are your latest sporting headlines. Let's start with football. And FIFA President Gianni Infantino's position came under further scrutiny on Friday as the governing body's chief operating officer strongly criticised his plan to sell stakes in competitions to private investors. In a statement released to the Associated Press, Kevin Lamour described the controversial plans as the project of one person and said the time has now come for football political leaders to ask themselves the right questions and make the right decisions. Eddie Howe has stepped down as head coach of Newcastle United. The 48-year-old has left after nearly 5 years in charge following a disappointing campaign in which the Magpies finished 12th in the Premier League. Howe helped Newcastle earn Champions League qualification on 2 occasions and win the Carabao Cup in 2024-25, their first domestic trophy in 70 years. Howe said, after a period of personal reflection, I've decided that now is the right time for me to step away from my role. Newcastle said the process to recruit a new head coach is at an advanced stage. German coach Matthias Jaissel is favourite to be given the position. Chelsea have been fined £10 million and given a suspended ban from registering new players for 2 transfer windows for breaching rules relating to payments to agents between 2009 and 2022. But the club have had a 6-point deduction, which was suspended until 30th of June 2027, set aside on appeal. Owners Todd Bowley and Clear Lake Capital self-reported 74 breaches of Football Association rules when they purchased the club in 2022. Chelsea admitted making £47 million in secret payments to unregistered agents and third parties over transfers between 2011 and 2018. Staying with Chelsea, and winger Mykhailo Mudryk is available to return to playing immediately after resolving his doping case with the Football Association. The Ukraine international has not played a competitive match since November 2024, having been provisionally suspended after retaining an adverse finding for banned substance, meldonium. He has subsequently given the maximum 4-year ban by the FA, but appealed against the decision to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. The FA said anti-doping disciplinary proceedings have now been resolved with Mudryk, and he can return to competition with immediate effect after he accepted breaking anti-doping rules and agreed to a suspension equal to the time already served. Mudryk said he was grateful to be able to return to playing after the most difficult period of his career. And Celtic have rejected a West Ham approach for Arnie Engels, while Everton are keen on Alistair Johnson. That's what manager Martin O'Neill has confirmed. The West Ham bid for Belgian midfielder Engels doesn't remotely meet our valuation, said O'Neill, who received a call from Everton counterpart David Moyes relating to Canada fullback Johnston, who's 27. O'Neill said Everton have been in contact. I'm not sure whether there's been a bid in there for that one, but they've been in contact saying that there would be. In fairness, David Moyes did call me last week to say there would be contact. Golf now, and South Korea's Hairan Ryu birded the 18th to bounce back from a poor start and end the second round as leader of the AIG Women's Open at Royal Lytham and St Anne's. The 25-year-old, aiming to become only the fifth woman in history to claim 3 majors in a calendar year, is one shot clear of Japan's Shiho Kawaki. Earlier this month, Ryu claimed a second major in the space of 2 weeks at the Evian Championship, and a remarkable major form has continued at the Open. Tennis now, and Cameron Norrie's resurgent form continued as he overpowered Bernard Tomic in just 50 minutes to progress to the semi-finals of the Los Cabos Open in Mexico. Fifth seed Norrie won 12 straight games to defeat his Australian opponent 6-1, 6-love and set up a semi-final meeting with defending champion Denis Shapovalov. And Katie Boulter will lead the British team at the Billie Jean Cup finals in Shenzhen, China. Emma Raducanu, who has struggled with injury and illness throughout the year, has not been named in the squad. British number 2 Boulter replaces Katie Swan in a team that is otherwise unchanged from their qualifying win against Australia in Harriet Dart, Mika Stoisavla-Levic and Jodie Burridge. Britain begin their campaign against the Czech Republic on Tuesday, September the 22nd. And finally, it's cricket, and England Director of Men's Cricket Rob Key says he wouldn't be surprised if Ben Stokes came out of international retirement at some stage, adding, anything is possible. Former captain Stokes, now 35, announced the decision to retire from international cricket during England's third test defeat by New Zealand in June. Stokes missed the second test of that 2-1 series loss, while an investigation took place into an incident at a London nightclub after he breached the team's midnight curfew. The all-rounder, who subsequently found blameless for the incident, said the controversy had added to his thoughts about calling time on his illustrious England career. But Key said it would be a brilliant story if he does. Anything's possible with Ben. That's all for now. We'll have more later. Here are your latest sporting headlines. Let's start with football. And FIFA President Gianni Infantino's position came under further scrutiny on Friday as the governing body's chief operating officers strongly criticised his plan to sell stakes in competitions to private investors. In a statement released to the Associated Press, Kevin Lamour described the controversial plans as the project of one person and said the time has now come for football political leaders to ask themselves the right questions and make the right decisions. Eddie Howe has stepped down as head coach of Newcastle United. The 48-year-old has left after nearly 5 years in charge following a disappointing campaign in which the Magpies finished 12th in the Premier League. Howe helped Newcastle earn Champions League qualification on 2 occasions and win the Carabao Cup in 2024-25, their first domestic trophy in 70 years. Howe said, after a period of personal reflection, I've decided that now is the right time for me to step away from my role. Newcastle said the process to recruit a new head coach is at an advanced stage. German coach Matthias Jaissel is favourite to be given the position. Chelsea have been fined £10 million and given a suspended ban from registering new players for 2 transfer windows for breaching rules relating to payments to agents between 2009 and 2022. But the club have had a 6-point deduction, which was suspended until 30th of June 2027, set aside on appeal. Owners Todd Bowley and Clear Lake Capital self-reported 74 breaches of Football Association rules when they purchased the club in 2022. Chelsea admitted making £47 million in secret payments to unregistered agents and third parties over transfers between 2011 and 2018. Staying with Chelsea, and winger Mykhailo Mudryk is available to return to playing immediately after resolving his doping case with the Football Association. The Ukraine international has not played a competitive match since November 2024, having been provisionally suspended after retaining an adverse finding for banned substance, meldonium. He is subsequently given the maximum 4-year ban by the FA, but appealed against the decision to the Court of Arbitration for Sport. The FA said anti-doping disciplinary proceedings have now been resolved with Mudryk, and he can return to competition with immediate effect after he accepted breaking anti-doping rules and agreed to a suspension equal to the time already served. Mudryk said he was grateful to be able to return to playing after the most difficult period of his career. And Celtic have rejected a West Ham approach for Arnie Engels, while Everton are keen on Alistair Johnson. That's what manager Martin O'Neill has confirmed. The West Ham bid for Belgian midfielder Engels doesn't remotely meet our valuation, said O'Neill, who received a call from Everton counterpart David Moyes relating to Canada fullback Johnston, who's 27. O'Neill said Everton have been in contact. I'm not sure whether there's been a bid in there for that one, but they've been in contact saying that there would be. In fairness, David Moyes did call me last week to say there would be contact. Golf now, and South Korea's Hairan Ryu birded the 18th to bounce back from a poor start and end the second round as leader of the AIG Women's Open at Royal Lytham and St Anne's. The 25-year-old, aiming to become only the 5th woman in history to claim 3 majors in a calendar year, is one shot clear of Japan's Shiho Kawaki. Earlier this month, Ryu claimed a second major in the space of 2 weeks at the Evian Championship, and a remarkable major form has continued at the Open. Tennis now, and Cameron Norrie's resurgent form continued as he overpowered Bernard Tomic in just 50 minutes to progress to the semi-finals of the Los Cabos Open in Mexico. 5th seed Norrie won 12 straight games to defeat his Australian opponent 6-1, 6-love and set up a semi-final meeting with defending champion Denis Shapovalov. And Katie Boulter will lead the British team at the Billie Jean Cup finals in Shenzhen, China. Emma Raducanu, who has struggled with injury and illness throughout the year, has not been named in the squad. British number 2 Boulter replaces Katie Swan in a team that is otherwise
5-2 formation. They've got Chapman in goal, a back three of Fields. And we'll just leave that right there because we are about to get underway at the Falkirk Stadium. It's Falkirk taking on St Mirren in this round 1 of the Scottish Premiership. Got underway with Dundee United drawing 1-1 with Rangers, and now over to Falkirk as kick-off is about to be underway. Small delay. The referee, I'm not quite sure what for. There we go. And we are underway in this game. Falkirk taking on St Mirren. Falkirk, of course, had a lovely return to the Scottish Premiership last season, finished 6th in the table. St Mirren, not so much fun for them. They were 2nd from bottom. They ended up having to play that relegation playoff game as well after the league split towards the latter end of the season. But it's a chance now for them to right their wrongs. It's myself, Jason May, joined by Simon Barlow. And I think, Simon, we're looking for a Falkirk side that maybe are going to want to replicate exactly what they had last season. They got some good run of form going, but it's a St Mirren side that needs to do better.
Without a doubt, yeah. I think the fans weren't too happy with how the Buddies performed in the league, particularly last season. You know, they're obviously a side who are well established in the Premiership. There's an early chance here maybe for the visitors, but it's a poor cross in the end. They go straight through to the Falkirk keeper, Scott Bain. I think from a Falkirk perspective, you know, 6th place would be a great finish for them again this season if they can sort of tread water, if you like. It's going to be difficult. They lost a lot of goals in the team. Still got the same coach though, same principles, and we'll see how they go.
Got some defending to do here though as a strike comes in from distance. It was Sule to take it on, but it's wide of the mark there. Never really testing Bain in goal between the 6-4 Falkirk, the home side. But a couple of early chances there for St Mirren. Half chances out of that, but chances all the same. A bit of a giveaway in the middle of the park. Phillips diving in. wins that ball back, feeds it into Sule, and a chance there for the number 9. He couldn't find the target. Now it's the home side's turn to try and go forward, though they've been halted by a foul. That one on number 22 for them in Strain. He's gone down. The attacking midfielder picks up the ball, and he's taken out, and the free kick taken quickly, tried to be lofted up towards the head of McIver, but it'll run all the way through. I thought it would do for the goalkeeper. Gojic takes matters into his own head rather than hands and steers clear. Now a break on potentially for St Mirren if they can get the ball, but they can't. Good defending from Falkirk. Now it's Henderson, the centre half, plays it over towards Tanser on the left. Tries a cute ball into the feet of Yeats, who will hold it up under some serious pressure from Richardson, and then drops it inside. A good ball to find Sibbald. He will cross the ball in as well for McIver, but header away. Now forward comes Carr. Tries a pass, but gets it all wrong. Goes to ground. No free kick, says the referee. And play goes on with Sibbald back on the ball. Over it goes now towards the right-hand side for Strain, who's drifted over just momentarily, but fairly end-to-end starts the game.
Yeah, Falkirk bossing it, I think, in the early stages, but there is a threat on the counter-attack from St Mirren. They've had that early shot where there was a loss of possession in midfield. I think Gardner got caught on the ball. Good challenge, and the shot that Sula hit fairly tamely wide of target, but that's what they're going to offer. They've got some pace up front, they've got some craft in the midfield area, but I think Falkirk are going to have a lot more of the ball today.
The one story for this game is the return of Craig Sibbald, the number 10 for Falkirk. Left the club after a 7-year stint where he made 274 appearances, scored 38 goals back in 2018. He now returns, and this is his first game back in the Premiership for his boyhood side. To see how he gets on so far. Pretty quiet for him. We are only 3 minutes in this independent off-tube studio-based commentary of Falkirk taking on St Mirren in the opening weekend of the Scottish Premiership. As mentioned, Dundee United and Rangers were in a stalemate, 1-1. Hoping for a bit more drama in this one, but a throw-in now for strength take for Falkirk on this right-hand side. Since we drifted over more towards this right-hand side, just number 22. Sibbald for central. It's a tactical tweak early on. Header comes in from Henderson up towards Gardner. He flicked on, and then two in gold. Jump for the same ball, being NCO and Carr, but it breaks now for Sibbald. We'll just occupy that sort of delayed midfield role, sitting deeper, and this move has created something on the left-hand side. A ball chopped inside, could fall for someone in blue. Does! Strike comes in. Oh, it's wide of the mark. It's a big chance early on as well. It was hit by McMillan, the number 4, the fullback. He just sort of swiped at it, cut across the ball, and it goes wide. Yeah,
that's what they're all about, Falkirk. You know, fullbacks getting into great advanced positions there. You know, the ball's crossed back to the edge of the box there by Laidlaw, and it's an awkward one. It's bouncing up quite high. He just has to sort of flash a right boot at it, and it's only narrowly wide. The keeper was really worried about that.
Yeah, big chance. The first big chance of the game. That is as well. Ball, just bounced a little bit too high for him when he took that first touch, and he meant that he couldn't quite get purchase on the ball with any part of the boot. Swiped across it and wide of the mark, but Chapman in between the sticks for St Mirren was indeed concerned, but only momentarily, as now Falkirk back on the ball and enjoying some possession early on. They have been doing in this opening 5 minutes, keeping the ball well. They forced a throw-in high up the pitch. That one Fieldson has to direct behind for a throw-in. It's taken quickly again. It's at the feet of McMillan, the man who moments ago came close to opening his account and Falkirk's account for the season. Sibbald with a footed ball spiralling out towards the left-hand side. It's taken well by Yeats. Backwards into Tanser. A lot of the ball going down that left for Falkirk early on. Clearly want to get Yeats and Tanser involved, with Tanser on the overlap as the fullback. Now Sibbald steers it over towards the man just mentioned, Tanser. He'll put an early cross in. Decent, but it's booted away by Gojic. Something for Sule up top to try and chase. He wins the ball well, tries to knock it down. It was brought forward by NCO, but taken off his toes well by Sibbald in the middle of the park, and knocks it backwards now for Melnix. Melnix now into Gardner. Turned over to the left-hand side for Tanser to try and again create some space. Just keep it on the byline. Sibbald creates an option. Nice bit of triangle play there from Falkirk. Left-footed ball again, raking over to the other side. Clearly trying to be that pivot man. Ball comes in. Headed away though by Gojic, and the first time I'm asking out a 4 for Sibbald. Thought about the audacious effort from about 35 yards out, but instead we'll work it over. And then a cross comes in. It's low. It's danger for St Mirren, who eventually were able to steer it away via Frazier. But look looking all at sea at the moment, the visitors.
Yeah, they've had to deal with a lot of crosses already. Thankfully, they have managed to get most of them away, but you know, they look very threatening, Falkirk at the moment. Really varying the play well. They're going long, they're going short, they're knocking it from side to side. They're trying to get round the back. It's a very impressive start this from the home team.
It is indeed, clearly. Just to pick up where they left off at the end of last season. As mentioned, finishing 6th in the Premiership. A remarkable feat for a newly promoted side. And now the ball is back with them. The feet of Henderson. Works over to his centre-half pairing in Melnix. Now into Millen. Quickly closed down there by Phillips. Quite win possession with a throw-in. It'll go against him, but good intent shown. Some frustration that played around a little bit in this opening 7 minutes of football. St Mirren. It's been a struggle for them to get a foot into the game. They keep going long to Suna, their number 9, who looks at definitely a physical, combative presence up top, and he has caused a couple of problems, or half problems really, but there's no real sort of possession-based game plan from St Mirren that we've seen so far, though of course still early into the game. Falkirk on the other hand have started well. They're on the ball again now with Tanser in the left-hand side, positive, a nice little flick there. Tanser will try and help it through to try and find McIver. They'll keep the ball though. Will Falkirk. Just momentarily, a bit of pressure being applied now by Gojic of all people. That's a loose pass though, and that could fall away on the centre half, who made a really audacious run from centre half to almost striker there, but good goalkeeping there from Bain to close down. Yeah,
they do play a risky game, Falkirk. You know, a lot of teams would drop off when they lose it in that area, but they still play quite a high line, and they're really ready to sort of challenge St Mirren's runners coming through there quite high up the pitch. If it goes wrong, you know, you threw on goal, but Chapman, as you mentioned there, sorry, Bain, as you mentioned there, got off his line very quickly and dealt with the danger.
It was a 3v1 should Goji have got the ball. He looked like a man possessed, the centre half, chasing down the loose ball. In the end though, as we say, good goalkeeping to deny the threat. That's the first time really St Mirren have offered something, and it came from a mistake from the home side. But to iron that out will Falkirk. The ball is played over to the right hand side, and suddenly St Mirren look like a side that have remembered they're here to play football. Ball over the top from Richards is a good one. Can he find Phillips? He takes it down really nicely. Shot comes in. It'll be a rebound. Great tackle. Fantastic last-ditch challenge there coming in from the number 22 from the home side. It's Strain on the full stretch to deny what would have been a certain goal. It's a lovely ball over the top. Looking for the run of Phillips. His first touch is excellent. Just sort of gets it stuck under his knee. And then the first save, decent one. Palm straight out back into the danger zone by Bairn. I thought for all the world the rebound was going to be stabbed home, but a great bit of defending there.
Yeah, it was Strain who got there just to deny Phillips at the second attempt. His first attempt was stretching for it on his left foot, but he tested the keeper who parried it away. He was lurking for the rebound, just couldn't quite get there before Strain cleared.
So a corner kick now for the away side, the first corner of the game, 9 minutes in. It's currently 0-0 between Falkirk and St Mirren, but a corner kick could change things now for the away side. He'll be swinging by Phillips, who won the corner moments ago, towards the near post. The blue shirt gets to it first with a header. Now potentially a break on. Is that a free kick? It is. A lazy challenge there from NCO. Late there to the back of Gardner. Just clumsy defending really, but a waste of a corner.
Yeah, that's his warning, isn't it? I think another one of those he'd be in the book. You know, there's a lot of grass for Gardner to run into, and NCO just tries to sort of chop his run, stop his run any way he can, gets his arm across the front of Gardner. I think Gardner's probably going down anyway, but the referee right to award the free kick, and probably right not to give the yellow card as well.
Indeed, Henderson on the ball now at the back, over towards Tanser, long ball over the top's a decent one for Yeats to chase. He won't get there, and in fact commits a foul, overexerting himself onto the back of Frazier. But again, good intent shown by the home side. So 10 minutes in, this independent opportunity-based commentary between Falkirk and St Mirren in this Premiership opener in the Scottish First Division. Chances for both sides really, a couple of big chances, one either way. Volley or half volley from Macmillan early on, just wide of the mark, and then moments ago Phillips the double, 2 chances, one of the rebound that was fantastically denied by great defending from Falkirk's number 22 Strain on the stretch, who pulled it away for a corner kick. It's all ready to write home out for the moment, but it is still Falkirk on the ball. So played out again, poor ball. It's Henderson who gives it away, and now St Mirren smell blood. They've gone for a lofted ball to the left-hand side. Can he find the touch? He can't. It's to Ramos. Keep it alive. Then it's swung in by Fieldson. Can a chance? Oh, he's in the back of the net. It's a goal out of nothing there. It's Phillips this time, who does get his shot squeezed in at the near post, and a goal out of nothing for St Mirren. The away side have the lead.
Yeah, it's an awkward angle. It looked like it had probably gone wide, but it's just ended up nestling in the back of the net. He's got across the defender really well there, Killian Phillips, and that's what's got him the goal. Baines routed to his line and the cross comes in from the left-hand side. It's just, you know, that ability to spot the danger, get there first. The giveaway from Henderson was poor, and then you know, Ramos tries to get it out to this left-hand side. Brilliantly brought down eventually, and they got the cross in early, and he just gets across the defender. The defender's trying to get his head there. Phillips goes with his boot, and the boot wins the day and just pokes it in at the near post.
Yeah, it was a lovely ball from Ramos to Mokri over on that left-hand side. Mokri does really well to bring the ball down, and then it is just a complete poke from Phillips that maybe the goalkeeper Baines should be doing a little bit better with. If we're being really critical, he doesn't see much of it, and it's flashed towards him, but it is almost in the middle of his glove, and soft fingers allows that one to bypass him and find the back of the net. But a goal really out of nothing. Falkirk now looking to respond straight away. The ball held up there by Gardner. He'll play it over to the left-hand side for Strain. Work from left to right. The feet of Laidlaw. Play it backwards to McMillan. There's half chances that Falkirk were building towards. Some look costly that they didn't take. As the away side have the lead. So it's 1-0 to St Mirren away from home against Falkirk. But a cross coming in now from the right-hand side. It's Strain again. He's been everywhere. Fieldson blocking this one. Who actually grabbed the assist for Phillips' goal after that ball was played back to him. A great ball in, flashed by the left foot towards that front post, converted by the toe of St Mirren's number 88. Phillips will throw in now for Falkirk to take. A long one as well, coming in towards that near post, speared in. And the head goes up, it's Gojek again underneath it. Is that a free kick? It is. Soft one to subdue the momentum that Falkirk were trying to build from that set piece. It's an overexertion of force there from Sibbald. Just couldn't quite bring the ball down under pressure from Phillips.
Yeah, they've you know, they've obviously got the goal now, St Mirren, so something to defend. Just about held firm on that corner. Got the first contact, got it away, and then got the free kick on the second attempt. There's a bit of overplaying here by goalkeeper Chapman, who's in a bit of a mess, and in the end he almost gives it away. They were playing a short goal kick out towards Gogic, who then gave it back to Chapman. He didn't want it back, and in the end he's on his wrong foot and can't clear. It gets closed down, so Falkirk have the ball again. Well,
nearly another goal from a defensive mistake there, this time from the goalkeeper. Chapman did not want the ball, but then when it comes back to it, he should just clear his lines. He takes his man on in McIver, does beat him, but then dawdles once more. Just think the simpler the better sometimes for a goalkeeper. The ball at his feet under some pressure. Ball now with Henderson, who gave the ball away to create that goal for St Mirren initially. He's just about got away with it here. The ball breaks nicely now down the left-hand side for Laidlaw. It's won back by St Mirren. Thrash ball from Carr up towards the big man with Soulé lurking in the shadows. Not really had much of a kick really early on with St Mirren's number 9, but you can see the threat. I mean, he's a big striker, isn't he, up top?
Yeah, he's got the sort of stature. He looks like he's got a bit of pace about him as well. But you know, this is the game. Really, the game should suit him now. They're playing on the counter attack. They're going to sit deep and look to try and get him isolated against those Falkirk defenders with a lot of, you know, green astroturf to run into. So you know, he could really be off to the races on a couple of occasions on long balls there if they can get the passes right.
Free kick given the way of Henderson, who got first contact against St Mirren man. Where's the free kick, and Falkirk goes short with it. They're giving it away now. It's a few times now they're giving the ball away from mistakes playing from defence into midfield. Really, it's that transition they've not been too sharp at. But of course, early on, first game of the season, perhaps that's to be expected. Another free kick this time against St Mirren. It's Ramos committing a foul. It's fairly innocuous at first viewing. Just see a replay of it. I think Ramos is the man to commit the foul. It's a ball through the legs. I don't think there's much in that. It's Carr, the man penalised up against Laidlaw. I'm sure that's a free kick, really.
Yeah, I mean, it's in a dangerous position, so it's probably one that St Mirren wish, you know, they perhaps defended a bit better, but he got sort of turned and he's on the wrong side. I think he was just holding onto his waist a little bit too long left. The referees like him.
So it's a soft one indeed for St Mirren to give away. As you say, Simon, in such a dangerous area. The free kick comes in towards that back post. Plenty of bodies up for it. Keeper doesn't get there. It'll fall backwards now. Oh, a poor ball looking for Sibbald. Steered in again by McIver. It'll go behind, I think, for a corner kick, was it? Didn't quite catch it, but again, Reluctant, hesitant goalkeeping from Chapman, and again, nearly creating problems for himself.
Yeah, Henderson got up early and caused the mayhem there because Chapman actually got in a tangle with his own teammate there who was trying to head it away from virtually underneath his own crossbar.
It's a long throw-in it will be to come. McIver spears it in, heads go up. It's a goal one that wins the first contact, and that will be a free kick surely. No play goes on. Gojic makes a meal of things, but eventually Chapman does come for the ball, and this time takes it. He's going to go quickly as well with it. Long ball to, again, try and find the run of Sule. Defended well there from Melnix. Physical mismatch here. Sule drives forward, plays a speared ball over the top, not a great one. He'll be kept in though by Ramos. Looks for the cute ball inside to Phillips, the goal scorer, but it'll be worked over to Richards. Can he get the byline? He can. Thinks the ball back. Oh, Sule almost gets there, but he doesn't. It's over towards the strike coming in from Carr. Over the bar. And the chance gone, but St Mirren, as you say, playing on the counter-attack, it does seem to be suiting them a lot better than the opening 5 minutes.
Yeah, that shot from Carr's taking a deflection, so they will get a corner from this. But yeah, they play sort of in straight lines and they play with a lot of pace, don't they, St Mirren? So it's a really good sort of contrast of styles. You know, Falkirk, the possession-based team, they're trying to work opportunities, you know, with intricate passing moves and full-backs getting forward and trying to make inside runs. And then you've got the classic sort of old-school St Mirren style, which is actually working better at the moment.
It is indeed. Old school football from the away side. It's paying out dividends at the moment. Cross attempted from NCO. It's blocked, it'll be worked out though to the right hand side again. Cross comes in, this one a good one. Flick at the near post, is that going to be a corner? It's going to be an offside against Ramos, who contorted himself like a circus act to try and get to that ball, but in the end it's all for nothing. The flag goes up. It's I think a flag against the cross that came in initially. It's against NCO, I believe. Richardson made a run to the front post, but play resumes. Falkirk with a long ball forward. They look a little bit unsettled now, do the home side. They started really well, got the cross into the area, but since that goal, they've not been able to find a footing in the game.
No, the pass is going astray. I think that the striker McIver's lost as well. He's not offering them much at all. You know, in terms of the runs he's making, in terms of getting involved in the game, he looks a bit of a spare part. So until they can get him involved, then they're going to be a little bit short on firepower.
Indeed, great work on the right hand side though for Gardner. Tries to get across into the area. He wins a foul. The referee is giving a corner, I believe. There, he did really well. Beat 3. Just about kept the ball in on the byline. Fantastic turn away from NCO. Then gets around the back of Fieldson, keeps that ball in play, drives past Carr. I think that has taken a nick there. Going out for a corner, it has indeed. So a chance now for Falkirk to try and another goal back. Really good work though from Gardner on that right hand side. Fantastic footwork and use of pace, and he has won inside a corner. 90 minutes gone, Falkirk 0, St Mirren 1. Goal from Phillips. To go now with a chance, and everyone is at that back post, aren't they? Yeah,
it looks like they've been watching Arsenal's corner routines there, because they're all sort of lurking behind the goalkeeper at the back post inside the 6-yard box.
Well, Chapman's not exactly looked a comfortable figure in between the sticks. He certainly won't be at the moment. The cross comes in, Chapman goes up for it, doesn't get there. It's his own teammate that wins the ball. Could break kindly for a gold shirt. Slight challenge comes in to deny. Phillips driving forward there. A good attempt, a waste there, but you can again see how vulnerable Falkirk looked on the counter there. I mean, it doesn't work out for St Mirren, but if that ball's nicked ahead of McMillan, it's a 3-on-1 at the back there.
Yeah, and I don't think they got much pace back there. You know, it looks like it's definitely a huge risk they're taking, and I wouldn't say it's a risk they're taking to get back into the game, because this is how they started the game as well. They were playing with a high line at the back, trying to squeeze the play into St Mirren's half, and taking risks on set pieces as well, like they were just doing just then.
Gardner again trying to work his magic on the right hand side. This time he's denied by Fieldson. Ball whipped over from McMillan towards Henderson, the captain. This Falkirk side is not exactly led by example. He's been caught in position a couple of times and was for the goal scored by St Mirren. The ball now back at the feet of the goalkeeper. It's with Bain. He'll try and play out towards this right hand side. Strain making an option. He gets ahead of his man. Strain driving forward now, cuts the ball back. Chance! Oh, it's a big chance. It should have been taken. It was Yeats. The ball cut back for ahead of the cutback from Strain, and he's got to find the target. He's got to do better.
He has just one long ball that catches the St Mirren defence out there. Two players get caught underneath it. Strain's come in from the right flank, and he's got behind them. Puts a lovely ball back into Yates, and I think he should take a touch, to be honest, but he's just scuffed his shot straight at Chapman.
Yeah, he's got to go near post, use the pace of the ball, with the right-footed effort to try and beat the goalkeeper. And think, caught in two minds, and you're right, scuffs the effort into the ground. Problem for Soulé, who's down. Getting under a challenge from Henderson off the ball. The two are making headway to try and get onto the loose ball that was then cleaned up by Melnick. He's still down, is the St Mirren number 9. Gets back to his feet now, though. Gingerly closes down Melnick as Sybil makes an option inside. Still the deepest of the three in midfield, with Yeats playing as the attacking midfielder for the moment. But a very fluid Falkirk side. The game kicked off. Players having swapped positions. Gardner and Laidlaw have certainly switched sides. Written down on paper early on. But McIver still up top, and as you said earlier, just not been in the game at all. He's not really been able to show any sort of presence. Conversely, I think Soulé up top for St Mirren has not really had much to do, but he's certainly, you notice him on the pitch, he's a lot more physical and creates problems again, wins the ball now and then wins a free kick. Yeah. And that's sort of the difference in number 9. He needs someone to grab the game with his neck. Even if they don't create chances or create chances or have sights at goal, you need to just do something to disrupt the opposition. And I don't think that McIver's done that at all.
No, I totally agree. I think Soulé has been a menace. He's not scored a goal, but his runs are good. He's constantly looking to play on the shoulder of the Falkirk defenders, and he looks like he's got that threat to run in behind, whereas McIver's just floating around, not really making the type of runs that his teammates are able to find, and even when the ball's got out wide and there's crosses coming into the penalty area, he seems to get himself into positions where he's easily marked.
Absolutely, he's really struggled so far and not really been a noticeable play on the pitch at all. He goes up the header here, and just to illustrate the point, both making, misses the ball. It runs through for St Mirren to pick up with the feet of Fieldson, the assist maker of the opening goal. He's taken out there. That'll be a free kick and possibly a card against Gardner. I think it was who committed the initial foul. The referee letting the card stay in the pocket, at least for the moment, so showing some consistency. After he let Enzio away with one early on in the game, but that just a clumsy challenge and a late one as well.
Yeah, he tried to pull out, but like I say, he's too committed, and he was clumsy more than sort of cynical.
Indeed, ball played out from Chapman straight out of play. He doesn't look at all comfortable, does he, the St Mirren goalkeeper? Constantly with a look of pain on his face. I'm not sure whether he has got injury or he's just grimacing at his starts the game. But if you're Falkirk, you think, well, just test the goalkeeper. They had that chance with Yeats that he put straight at Chapman and a comfortable save. But you want to have a few efforts and just maybe try and get under his nerves a little bit more.
Definitely, from corners they've obviously got a plan to try and crowd him and block him off and really get in his face there. But from open play, just try and fire in a few shots and under even more pressure. But they haven't really got that many shots away for the amount of possession they've had, Falkirk.
Strange foul after a nice nutmeg, and we have hit the halfway point of this first half with Falkirk going long from the goalkeeper. We'll run through from goalkeeper to goalkeeper. So I'll hand over to Simon now to take us through to half time.
Cheers, James. Yeah, it's 1-0 to the visitors, but I think prospects for a few goals in this game. The home side do look like they've got. They're going to create chances at least. Whether they can put them away is a different matter. But likewise, the visitors on the counter-attack are a real threat. They play some nice football here with Enzio running into space now down the left-hand side. He's up against the last line of defenders. Plays it nicely to the striker, Soulé, who tries to put a ball into the penalty area. It's just scrambled away by the Bairns defence. But again, there's the threat from St Mirren on that counter-attack. And Soulé made a good run there to extend the attack.
Yeah, it was a fantastic cross as well. Just digs it out, drives the ball. There's a bit of a cutback, and it almost found a player in a gold shirt, but not to be. He looks quite a technical footballer as well, does Soisa Soulé, the Nigerian. He's 20 years of age as well. Plays with a lot of maturity up top, holds the ball well, and that's a good bit of end product as well with the cross.
It was, yeah. As they come again, the Buddies. As ball's played by Mockery, back into defence now. Fraser out to Richardson, the right back, and then into Carr's feet. Carr left-footed ball into Phillips. First time flick goes to Ramos. Phillips' ball over the top, looking for the run of Richardson. Just a bit too much on that one, and Bain off his line to collect. But again, it's lovely football that from St Mirren. Little triangle of passes and a good third-man run from Richardson. He's trying to get back now, trying to get back and stop this counter-attack from Falkirk. The ball played up towards McIver, who's battling away with Gogic. Gogic extends that right boot though, or that right leg, and gets his boot to it to knock it out for a throw-in down the left-hand side. He is the experienced cog in this St Mirren machine, Alec Gogic, a real veteran of relegation battles down the years, and some successes as well, as now St Mirren have it in midfield. Phillips, the goal scorer, plays it to Mokri. He's dispossessed them. And the ball's, well, going to get an offside decision there against Yates coming back. And so it'll be a free kick to St Mirren, just out 15 yards inside their own half. Referee happy that he's taken it from the right place. Ramos goes back to Richardson. And all the way back to the goalkeeper, pressed by McIver. Chapman coolly knocks it out to Gogic, who flicks it between his legs. And now drives out of defence. Socks rolled down. He has a raking ball through the lines, but it's picked off by Strain. Strain, who's looked at a threat down the right-hand side for Falkirk so far. Plays it simply back to his captain. And now Henderson to Sibold. Melnix into midfield. Again, there's a bit of a hand and a bit of a pull there from Carr to give away a free kick for that challenge on Jack McMillan. Now Sibold, left-footed pass drilled out to the far side. It's Tanzer who takes it well, tries an early cross into the penalty area. McIver was lurking, but he never rose to try and get the header, and the ball flashes across the face of goal and out for a goal kick.
Does indeed, and keeping in play there, Gardner chasing the ball to try and prevent the goal kick, which eventually does come, but you're right, it's a good bit of work there from Falkirk. The first one really threatening in the last sort of 10 minutes with a nice ball over towards the left, kept him well, ball flashed across, and McIver, yeah, never really close to that one. Took maybe a rush off of his own teammate at the front post before he could get there, but not to be promising though.
Yeah, as now challenged by Strain, goes unpunished by the referee, and he marches forward down the right-hand side, inside the St Mirren half, gets away from NCO. NCO gets a foot in though, and then wins it back. The referee happy to play on as they're scrapping away for possession. In the end, it's off Gardner for a throw-in to St Mirren. Play it down for the Buddies as well, just holding the back of his hamstring there is Mokri. I'm not sure what happened to him. It was a challenge from Strain right at the start of that move.
I'm not sure that's not been given as a free kick, so I think Strain really made his ball, and he leaves his man in a bit of a heap, and he's back on his feet now. Here's Mokri, and it's not really been involved at all. Meant to be playing just in behind Sula, but he's not really had a kick apart from there where he's been kicked. So struggled to get into things from him.
Yeah, coming up to the half-hour mark at Falkirk Stadium, where it's Falkirk 0, St Mirren 1. John McGlynn not happy with what he's watching at the moment. His arms folded on the sideline, staring out into the middle as St Mirren head the ball on. It's picked up by Tanzer, who lofts a high ball out to the right corner flag, and it's chased by Gardner, who challenges, and it comes off him. I think goes behind for a goal kick to St Mirren. Craig McLeish looks slightly happier with how things have gone so far, but his team are defending quite deep at the moment. He might want them to just push out a bit more. Short goal kick taken, that's always a risk with Chapman playing the ball out to the right, and it's launched long by Fraser this time, up towards Sula. Headed away by Henderson and passed back to the goalkeeper Bain, who's right on the edge of his box for the Bears. They come through with Melnix now, closed down by Sula, get through a lot of work, that young Nigerian. It's back to Bain. Falkirk finished 6th in the Premiership last season, which meant they played in the Championship round after the split. It wasn't a particularly successful Championship round for them. They were playing against all the top teams, and did have a few losses in that period, but stuck to the principles, played nice football throughout the campaign, and they've played the better football in this game, I think, so far, without reward, as a long clearance from the goalkeeper. Again, Chapman is launched downfield, well beyond Sula, and picked up by the Falkirk back line. Wind looks to be gusting up a little bit as well around the stadium. See the corner flags really being buffeted as Melnix takes possession. Finds Sibold in the middle, slightly short ball back to his defender, but tidies up with the back pass to the keeper and launched by Bain towards halfway. It's scrappy in midfield, and Strain tries to sort of lurch down there to head the ball, but NCO comes away with it, and now Fieldson into a challenge with Strain. It's come off the St Mirren man. It's going to be a throw into Falkirk. Just seems to the game seems to have got into a bit of a rut at the moment. Neither side can get great chances.
Yeah, a bit of a lull at the moment in this one. I think you spoke earlier about how St Mirren defending really deeply, and that's allowing Falkirk to sort of come onto them a lot more in the press, and as a result it's sort of having the inverse effect when St Mirren try and press themselves, because Falkirk are really high. They just can't get their bodies forward and can't risk getting their bodies forward to try and win that ball back, and as a result a lot of the ball just sort of pinging around in the the middle of the park and just into that St Mirren half. Now they decided to really get a grip on things, but the goal all that separates the two teams, and really that's not much to separate them at all.
Some really good play from Sula again there, taking a throw in, but in the end a free kick's been awarded against St Mirren. Not his foul, but taken from the wrong place. They had to go back again. Falkirk, they go back to Bain, who kicks long this time into midfield. It's picked off there by Mockery, but straight out of play for a throw in to the Bairns. Strain looks like he's going to take it. No hydration break in this one. It feels like it's a warm day up in Scotland, as now Richardson's facing his own goal, has to pass it back to Chapman. It's a poor clearance, but it's going to find Fieldson anyway. He coolly passes it down the line. Mockery with a 1-2. It's a slightly short ball, but Carr is there to keep things ticking over. Knocks it back to Gogic. Carr again, just outside his penalty area. Coolly passes it back to the goalkeeper. Chapman closed down by McIver. It's it long out to the right flank, and it's over the head of Richardson. He tried his best to get on his tiptoes to head that one on, but it's gone off his forehead for a throw in to Falkirk. Again, he's struggling there, isn't he? Goalkeeper Chapman, after that clearance, it looks like he's holding his groin now. He's really in the wars. There's scrappy in midfield now. And one back by Ncio. He slots it through to Sula. Sula through on goal, edge of the penalty area, onto his right foot. Can he unleash a shot? Yes, he can, but he's dragged it wide.
Yeah, he needed that first touch there out of his feet and just drive between the two of Henderson and Mel. Makes a really good bit of tenacious midfield play from Ncio. Wins that ball back, slots it through, and he just needs to get it out of his feet, drive forward. Instead, he goes around the outside of Henderson, who's then able to narrow the gap, the Falkirk captain, and then the chance just sort of decreasing its probability of him scoring. But a good effort. Really good midfield play though from St Mirren, getting those bodies forward. I mentioned that's what they need to do a little bit more of. Try and put Falkirk under pressure on the ball when they pass out. They did do there and create a chance from it.
Yeah, they are certainly causing Falkirk problems with their midfield press and their general athleticism. I think it's that's the deciding factor in this game at the moment. St Mirren look more lively, more electric in terms of their movements and their pressing, and Falkirk a little bit one-paced possibly, and if the passes look good and they're pretty until it gets to that final third, and then when it goes astray they are liable to the counter-attackers. So they come again with a flick on from Gard, next one in midfield. Ramos tidy, played forward by Fieldson. No chance Sula's going to run for that, and he turns around, arms outstretched, saying what kind of pass was that, as it goes now to Sibbald in midfield. Finds the captain Henderson. Out to Tanzer. Tanzer right on the touchline, playing it forward. Changing passing with Yates. And now McIver tries to bring it down. Gogic gets across him though. And now Strain knocks it forward towards Gardner. Brings it down well. McIver, first time pass out to the left hand side. This could be promising. It's Yates back into the penalty area. Trying to set up a chance edge of the box. Still might be a chance for McMillan. Yates again. Can they get the cross in here? He goes in near post, and McIver launched himself and he couldn't get a touch. Cleared by Gogic and out for a throw.
Yeah, he's got to score there. McIver threw himself at it, but he's completely unmarked, I think, in the middle when that cross comes in. They took a little bit too long, I thought, initially, to get the ball in the area. Then when they do it's a ball of quality, I think he's got to do better. McIver, he's got to anticipate a little bit more, because Gogic is split between two blue shirts. One of those is the striker. He just can't gamble and gets the ball.
High ball from Melnick. Drops on the edge. Yates with a shot blocked in that packed Mirren penalty. Now Sibbald trying to keep things going, finds Strain. Good series of passes and possession here for Falkirk. Just eventually breaks down, but they win it back again. They're very deep here, St Mirren, as the ball's almost played through the lines. Ncio does well though, and now sets up a counter-attack opportunity for Mockery. Mockery running against Sibbald. Sibbald trying to battle back, and Mockery's gone past him easily. He's going to get a cross in now, low towards the edge of the box for Phillips, the goal scorer, trying to dink it through to Sula. It doesn't come off though. It's picked up by Bain.
Yeah, great intent shown there by Phillips, trying to play the reverse ball, because the two in blue were left bamboozled. Sula made a really nice run, just didn't reach him unfortunately, but again, good play from St Mirren on the counter. They look so dangerous, and every time they come forward on the counter, when they've got bodies forward, they look as though a second goal is pretty much inevitable. Yeah,
Fieldson has it now, tight area, goes back to Ncio, and now Gogic. St Mirren bossing the ball at the moment and making Falkirk chase shadows. That one's given away though by Gogic. Now there's a chance there, running through the middle is McIver. McIver with a chance, and he shoots it low and hits the side netting. Never seemed to get hold of that, to be honest. Lacked confidence with the finish. and it goes sadly wide for Falkirk.
Yeah, it's a big chance. A decent first touch as well. Gojic gives that ball away. It's into McIver. The defence is split. He tries to drag the ball back from behind him because the pass slightly behind him. Does really well. It's just about whether he can find the angle. He can't. But not a bad effort. His first real involvement when he's actually touched the ball.
Still 1-0 to the visitors as they play it short out from the back with Gogic advancing and then dropping it off to Fieldson. Fieldson makes a half a yard and knocks it down the line, looking for Schuler and Uncio trying to augment the attack. It's headed away by Strain. Sibbald short pass and he's in there quickly. Schuler wins a free kick, exactly what his team wanted there. He seized upon a short pass there, got his body in the way and wins a free kick.
Yeah, Melnick's diving in late there. I don't think realised how quick Sewell was onto that loose pass, as you say, and probably deserving of a yellow card there just because of how late it was and how much of the man he actually gets. Good play from Sewell. I mean, the ball flies out of play off his touch there because he knows that there's contact coming and knows he'll win the free kick regardless, so does so. And good number 9 play once again.
Yeah. They're a big, strong side, aren't they, St Mirren? You know, so many of their players look physically imposing compared to their Falkirk counterparts, and the Bairns really struggling to cope with it at the moment. They've got another situation to deal with now. It's a free kick. It's going to be swung into their penalty area from deep on the left-hand side. Killian Phillips, who scored the goal, takes it, drops it in towards the back post. Bain had come, but watches it over his head, and it goes behind for a goal kick.
Poor ball. See what he's trying to do. Just loft it, hang it in the air at the back post for someone, one of those big physical presences, as you say, to attack. But in the end, catches far too much of it, and maybe in the conditions at the Falkirk Stadium it flies with a bit of wind, but in the end a poor delivery and a chance wasted with all those physical presences up top and all the hard work by the striker undone.
Yeah, back to Falkirk possession, just outside the box. Now it's with Strain. Plays it into the feet of Gardner. Gardner trying to get away from his man marker Fieldson, knocks it back to Melnick. No press on here for Bain, so he can assess his options. Sends it back where it came. St Mirren just dropping off a bit now, with the striker Sula nowhere to be seen. As again, exchange of passes, Bain to Sibbald. Sibbald now works it over to the left-hand side. It's played back to Tanzer, and Tanzer back to the goalkeeper. About 7 or 8 minutes to half-time at Falkirk Stadium, with the home side trail 1-0 to that early Killian Phillips goal, poked in at the near post. A long ball forward towards McIver, headed kindly back though by Richardson. Good back header there, easy for Chapman to come and collect, and he runs to the edge of his box. Got to be careful now, the referee will be counting him down, doesn't want to give a corner away here. Eventually he rolls it out to Gogic. And now to play forward up to Phillips. First time pass from Mockery into space, nobody there for St Mirren. Melnick to Sibbald. Uncio in there, snapping into the challenge, wins it well. Mockery now plays it forward here to Ramos. Ramos on the edge of the box, going for goal, strikes it well, but a bit too much underneath it, well over the bar in the end.
Yeah, just spoons it, doesn't he? Trying to dig it out of the turf as the ball slightly going behind his first touch. Gets it all wrong and well wide of the target, but again, St Mirren on that counter looking good. I think Encio's really grown into this game. He looks really tenacious. He wins almost every challenge he makes, even the more reckless ones that they look to be when he first dives in. But he is looking really good and composed midfield at the moment. Yeah,
he certainly got the better of Sibbald and well, is it Gardner, is it Strain, is it Yates? Difficult to tell. I mean, they're just about outnumbered in there, aren't they, really, as well? Falkirk, as we see a foul now given away by Tanzer moments ago, and he kicked the ball away as well, which the referee might have a word with him about.
Yeah, I mean, it should be a yellow card, really, but I think he's let a lot go in his first off the referee, and again, stays true to that.
Yeah, there's frustration boiling over in the Falkirk ranks there. Now the ball's out on the right-hand side. Richardson, double deflection off him, I think will go behind for a goal kick as he tried to advance down that flank. Some of the fans heading for the half-time Bovril. Not sure it's really Bovril weather in August, is it? But I'm sure there'll be some kind of refreshment taken. It's the Falkirk fans who are sort of trudging to the concessions at the moment because their side still trail 1-0. Long goal kick from Baines, flicked on towards McIver. Sorry, towards Henderson's up there, is he? No, it wasn't McIver. And he gets the ball now at his feet, plays it wide. And Laidlaw takes it on now. Laidlaw to the edge of the penalty area, trying to dribble his way past him. He's got an overlap here from Tanzu, and a mistake there from Uncio briefly as he falls. Cross goes in towards the near post, but it's easy pickings for Chapman, who's off his line and trying to set up a counter-attack with the ball straightaway kick towards Sula, but he had no chance of reaching that. Asked a lot of him there with that goal kick.
You're right, it's poor decision making again from the goalkeeper. I mean, you got to feel for Sula, he sort of had to chase everything from his goalkeeper. None of it's really been anywhere near him. It's been a wild goose chase on top for number 9. When it comes to ball distribution for the keeper, it's not the best of the first half, so might not concede.
Could be a chance for Falkirk here on the edge of the penalty area as Gardner tries to wriggle away from a marker and get a shooting opportunity. Plays it to Strain instead. They've been forced wide here by St Mirren's defence, and the challenge comes in from Mockery to knock it away for a throw in the end. Just forced sideways there, weren't they, on the edge of the box by solid defence from Craig McLeish's side, and more solid defence ends up in that one being a corner, I think, as Fieldson got the block in at the edge of the penalty area. So Falkirk trying to finish the half on a high. But a few corners from this right hand side so far, not really made the best use of them. It's going to be the same corner taker again. Scott Townsend's coming across with his left foot in swinging delivery. And again, they're all lining up at the back post. There is an option to play it short here for Townsend though, which might be a slight wrinkle in the what we've seen previously. But no, it looks like it's going to go into the box, this one. Lots of blue shirts at the back post. Using the wind as well, Tanzer plays it in towards the near post, and it's headed off the line by Gogic. Goes back towards the corner taker, who sends in a high ball to the back post. Again, it's a bit of a jump ball, but Phillips is the tallest on the pitch, and he wins the header, and now he launches the counter-attack with Carr. Phillips up alongside him, he's got Schuler. It's a 3-on-2 break here. If Carr can use the pass correctly, and he does, he finds Schuler on his left foot, forced wide, back onto his right, sends it back to Carr, and a great challenge comes in from his blind side as Carr was about to shoot, and Falkirk escape.
3v1 again there for St Mirren on the break, and it's just bamboozling how many men Falkirk committed, and they leave no one back.
Stretch game though at the other end. Here come Falkirk on another counter-attack. Can they get a shot away here as it just falls poorly for Strain in the end, and I think his legs had gone. It turned to jelly there as he was trying to get on the end of that pass, but the game got really stretched there, and it still is, because there's 2 minutes left in the half and there's space in midfield there for Carr again. We saw the ball taken off his toes moments ago and he was looking to pull the trigger. Now it's NCO who drives forward, gets past McMillan, still going there. He's got an option to play it out to the right, where Ramos is lurking, but now St Mirren decided to keep ball here and not force the issue. With Carr again. Knocks it back to Ramos. He goes all the way back now to Fraser, who's the furthest back in the gold shirts of St Mirren's away kit. And they have a goal, they have the lead, and they're finishing the half in strong fashion, are the Buddies. As NCO plays it short back to Ramos again. Ramos waiting for a challenge. Doesn't come in, it's played down the line. Richardson back to Carr again. Lovely layoff from Schuler, give and go. Schuler using his power and his pace to get outside Henderson, and he plays it inside to Richardson. He's made a great run. Richardson cuts it back to Phillips for 2-0. Oh, what a save from Bain. That really should have been 2-0 to St Mirren, and it was all down to the good work of Schuler and Richardson.
Yeah, fantastic football played by the away side there. Down that right-hand side, they just carved open the blue of Falkirk, and again, you're right, it's Sula. Fantastic work for such a big striker. He's got fantastic feet and a great cutback as well. Feeds it inside to Richardson. He knocks it back for Phillips. Decent strike as well. Goes for that far corner with the inside of the right boot. So it doesn't quite have the pace, and it's always curving in favour of the goalkeeper. But he does make a fantastic save as Bain to keep the advantage, or disadvantage rather, at just the one.
Yeah, he'll be thinking about that chance tonight if they don't win this game, though. Although he has scored the goal that separates the teams, Killian Phillips. I think he'll be taking his corner as well from the left-hand side. It goes in, right-footed towards the near post. He flicks in, it's in. I think that's in. The referee checks his watch. Sula saying that's gone over the line. He's adamant. The referee's not giving it. It looked like that ball had crossed the line to me. Bain somehow scrambled it away. I think that's gone over the line.
I think I agree with you. I'm trying to get as close to the monitor here as I possibly can do. I'm adamant that goalkeeper, as he slides, as the ball's crossed the line, but the referee says no. Technology, as far as we know, is working correctly this afternoon, and it says no as well. So we might have to see a ultra-definition replay of that one. But what a couple of chances there for St Mirren. He said it just now. If they don't go on and win this game, they'll have a couple of players kicking themselves tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say that was necessarily Sula's fault there. He did everything he could to, well, first of all, force the ball over the line, and then appeal to the referee, but the referee was having none of it. He thought that Bain had kept that one the right side of the line. I guess I've not seen any evidence yet to suggest he didn't, but it looked to just, I don't know, I just got a feeling from the original flick on that Bain's momentum was taking him backwards and he was behind the line. He was trying to keep it out.
Well, he's sliding backwards, isn't he, when he has the ball in his hand? He's sliding backwards behind the line, but he must have extended his arms and kept it in front. But that is half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren, and the away side leading 1-0 thanks to a goal from Phillips. Second half coming up shortly. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and soon thought he put the ball in on the line. The referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round one of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed it at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and soon thought he put the ball in on the line. The referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round one of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed it at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and soon thought he put the ball in on the line. The referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round one of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed it at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and soon thought he put the ball in on the line. The referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round one of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed it at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and soon thought he put the ball in on the line. The referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round one of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed it at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and soon thought he put the ball in on the line. The referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round one of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed it at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and soon thought he put the ball in on the line. The referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round one of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed it at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and soon thought he put the ball in on the line. The referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round one of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed it at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and soon thought he put the ball in on the line. The referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round one of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed it at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and soon thought he put the ball in on the line. The referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round one of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed it at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips, that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and soon thought he put the ball in on the line. The referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really should have put St Mirren comfortably ahead. One the way of Phillips that was saved well by the goalkeeper, and Sula thought he put the ball in on the line, but the referee checked his watch and said the ball had not crossed the line, so still just the one goal for the away side. Half-time between Falkirk and St Mirren in round 1 of the Scottish Premiership, and it's been all the away side. A goal early on from Killian Phillips, stabbed in at the near post, and the goalkeeper probably should have done better. But Falkirk, full of momentum, have not really created anything clear-cut. A couple of half chances going their way, but it's been a few chances towards the end of that first half that really... And we'll leave that there because we are back underway, or at least we were momentarily for the second half, but the referee's been asked to retake the kick-off. But we are back underway now in this opening round of the Scottish Premiership. It's Falkirk taking on St Mirren, and it is the away side who have a one-goal lead. An early goal from Phillips was the difference maker between these two sides, but St Mirren really, especially towards the latter end of that first half, had the much better of the chances and match momentum. Falkirk struggled to find a foothold in the game early on, and that is a thing that continued for the entirety of the first half. They've got some wrongs to right, Simon, and they'll have to begin pretty quickly to try and at least get St Mirren under some pressure.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you can be lulled into making some rash conclusions from just 45 minutes of play at the start of a season. But if I was a Falkirk fan, I would be worried with what I'm seeing here. You know, this is not going to be a season with as much success as last year, based on that first half. They just don't have the sharpness or the athleticism. I mean, that was the thing, the glaring thing for me, is how much more sort of physical and athletic the St Mirren players are to Falkirk's players, and you know, over the course of a season, that is going to really cost them dearly. You know, in home matches, you know, on this AstroTurf pitch, maybe they can get the ball down and play a bit more, but you know, they're going to be ragged all over the place in some away games. And you know, the transfer window's still open. John McGlynn will probably need to go and address that glaring deficiency in his squad, I think.
Absolutely. As Carr goes down, looking for a free kick, doesn't win one. It'll be a long throw for St Mirren instead, which actually they'll go backwards with. So no changes at half-time, from what I can see at the moment. No. So it's as you were in terms of the starting 11s. Ball nipped inside now for Macmillan to try and thread the eye of a needle with. So they'll go for a simple ball out wide towards Gardner. Back to Macmillan, goes for a lofted one over the top this time, looking for McIver. He won't get there. And then it's thrashed and hooked clear by Frazier. Kept alive from Falkirk. They're taking it quickly. Good bit of defensive work there from NCO, but again the goalkeeper just not really looking like he wants to stay or go. Once again, it's caught in two minds.
He's probably the weak link in the St Mirren team from what I've seen so far. He looks shaky, you know, shaky in terms of confidence, in terms of his ability to kick off the ground as well. There's been some loose balls and some moments of hesitation from him. Otherwise, you know, I think St Mirren, you know, looking at the 11 they've got there, you know, they look, you know, by far the better team and look like they're going to score more goals.
Here is Sula. Can he put the ball back for Phillips? He can. Phillips had a few chances in this game apart from his goal as well, of course. Ball worked out left hand side. Sula gets there, but he can't make contact. Great ball driven across again for number 9, who can't buy a goal from what we've seen so far. He's been fantastic in build up. Still in the attack now is Carr. Backwards now to NCO. 1-2 with Carr, back to NCO. Can he find the cross? Stops it dead. A couple of step overs, plays it to his striker, but the 1-2 doesn't quite work out. It's actually Richardson on the overlap. And the number 2's combined well, I think, on the ball. He's just not been found with a lot of regularity, really. He's looked really good combining with Phillips or NCO, but again, just needs to maybe work it a little bit more. Good ball in there earlier as well.
Yeah, I think he's got a lot of pace. I think he's got decent judgment about when to go, when to stay. I mean, they are an away side who finished 11th in the Premiership last season, and they're leading 1-0 away from home. You'd probably say fullbacks don't need to push on in those situations too much, but there's so much space to run into. You know, you look at the game, you say, okay, well, you know, if he was to you know, bomb on a bit more, then there'd be more chances for them.
Absolutely, he's created a lot of opportunities. I think that's that attempt from Phillips. The right-footed one where he lofted it towards the far corner. It was a good save from Ben to deny him. That was all really down to the work of the overlapping run of Richardson from the right-hand side. Did really well to create the opportunity with Ramos and NCO. But a free kick now for Falkirk too over it. It's going to be strained to take it, lofted high towards that back post again. There's that physicality issue we've been talking about, just no one near it. Actually a free kick conceded by Henderson, over committing himself trying to win that ball up against Phillips, who just has his number really. We've seen so far, brought to ground, and yeah, bread and butter for the referee. Just that lack of physicality, he's just not testing that St Mirren back line, especially when that ball's in the air at all really. And St Mirren have made this a physical game. They've dragged Falkirk down to their level, and as a result, they're playing around them.
Yeah, you know, it's you know, a goal can change things quite quickly, but at the moment you don't see how they're going to get a goal. To be honest, it looks like it's a matter of when St Mirren get their second goal and kill this game off.
Absolutely, they're working towards that now. Ali away, some of the ball over to the left. It's a run from field. Sunu grabbed the assist for the opening goal, swings it across towards that back post, and again it's Sula peeling off really far back, and that vacates space, and that's the space that Phillips bombed into to score his opening goal, the opening goal of the game. So clearly a tactical thing there with the number 9 for St Mirren working well. They take the goal kick though. That cross had overrun itself. Baines' right-footed goal kick goes up high towards the chest of Laidlaw, but he can't keep it in. Again, St Mirren win the throw-in. They really are putting Falkirk to the sword at the moment, especially defensively, just giving them nothing. They're 5 minutes in the second half, and Falkirk have not had a chance so far, or anything close to.
Yeah, I mean, subs warming up as well, James, for Falkirk at the moment. Here's a chance though for Gardner.
Good ball over to the left-hand side. It'll be played in by Laidlaw. Blocked at source though there from Strain. Laidlaw desperately trying to get the fans back on side. To do more than win a corner, I think, but a decent sign there from Falkirk, signs of life. Yeah,
looking at the bench, they got one or two that they could be looking to try and bring on to change this game. The on-loan Blackburn winger, Aiden, or is it Auden Doherty? I think he made his debut against Stranraer last week, and he'd be looking to make his Premiership debut if he comes on.
Indeed, ball comes in there from the corner. He's claimed well by the goalkeeper. Good work from Chapman this time to dispel some nerves that he's built up over the course of this game. Had a particularly commanding start to his season, but he does well there under pressure from Laidlaw, who stood right on top of the goalkeeper. Yeah, we've mentioned whether or not both sides can go to the bench. I think you're looking at Falkirk and thinking, who can they bring on to try and change things? Maybe a like-for-like change with a striker to come on the field of play. Just don't know. They've got an 18-year-old on the bench in Paul McGovern, who plays as an attacker, but you don't want to opt for that sort of youth. And then it is really, as you said, the on-loan man, Doherty and Ben Parkinson, with Ethan Ross on the left. Those are your options, really. So then you look and think maybe you can steady things up in midfield, but they've actually named a midfielder on the bench for them. Brad Spencer suspended after he picked up about 1 million yellow cards at the end of the season for Falkirk in the run-in to their championship. But a free kick given, offside rather, the way of St Mirren again in the defensive area. Just quietens down the hopes of the St Mirren fans and players. We're still a long way to go in this game, but at the moment, as Simon said, it doesn't really look like a goal's going to come from anywhere soon, unless there are changes made. Ball hooked on though, that's a decent one for McIver to bring down, but he gives it away immediately. The goal shirts can come forward now. It's a good move working from left to right. It's over towards Richardson, who can drive it. He's got a bit of room. He will drive. He'll find that reverse ball, finds it. Takes the feet of... well, a cross comes in. Oh, it's nearly an own goal. It's nearly a catastrophe. At the back for Falkirk. Ramos swinging a ball, and it was Melnick under a challenge from Sula, who almost heads that into his own bottom corner, and that really would have been game over. It's such a disastrous goal. I mean, that really is lucky and unlucky at the same time, but if you're a Falkirk fan, you're breathing a sigh of relief to see that one trundle past the far post, but a corner to come.
Yeah, they're really struggling, aren't they? You know, it's just one-way traffic at the moment. There's no real punch up front for Falkirk, and you know, even Falkirk themselves are offering more of a punch for St Mirren at the back. Cross
comes in from Phillips, decent ball as well, daggered inside. Oh, he can't be kept alive, and the header backwards, composed from Carr into cut out from Carr. Yeats heads it back to his goalkeeper. Now forward come St Mirren, bit of haphazard defending there. Oh, the goalkeeper thought he was about to square up with Yeats for a late challenge from the 14, but gets on with things instead. Ball out wide, shot down the left-hand side, good ball as well as that found Ramos. It has. Just held up for the moment. Looks it inside. Oh, tries the 1-2 there, did Sula, and got quite lucky that it was blocked. It was going to no one in particular. Kirk win the ball back though. Deep inside their own half. Ball hooked up towards McIver, who looks to be my nomination for the first player to go on the substitute chopping block. As the ball nipped around. Challenge comes in against Ramos. Won back by Falkirk, and now suddenly could be something on down this left-hand side as forward from Laidlaw. He's tackled well though. He's going to win the ball as well, isn't he? Yeah, he has. Fraser at the back for St Mirren. 55 gone. It's Falkirk 0, St Mirren 1. Big collision. Surely it will stop the game as Henderson picks up the captain for Falkirk. It has. There's a head injury. And the referee rightly bringing the game to a halt. I think it's Carr who's down, the number 8 for St Mirren. The collision there with Tanser. The two fairly going for the same ball. It was actually Phillips, the goal scorer, who's down. They don't want him to depart the away side because he's been fantastic for them, especially in that final third. Grabbed the goal, of course, but had plenty of chances and really looks to be dangerous when he makes those late box crashing runs into that Falkirk area. But a pause now, and perhaps a chance for some changes to be made.
Yeah, I think we're getting to that stage, aren't we, where John McGlynn needs to change things up. They've maybe tweaked something at half-time in terms of the way they were playing, but that's not had any impact at all, and it's still all St Mirren creating the better chances, looking the more forward-thinking and threatening side. So it's got to change it again somehow. St Mirren, they just need that second goal, that insurance policy. Otherwise, at 1-0, there is that risk that a mistake or a moment of inspiration or something like that could just go against them and be dropping points they really should have in the bag already. And in the first half, they had those cracking chances. Good save from Bain to deny Phillips for his second, and then from that corner that followed that, the one that was on the line, just kept out. Here come Falkirk again though.
Ball swinging from Henderson towards the back post. He's headed back across. Decent opportunity. And if that ball's a yard or so close to Laidlaw, who was stood on the edge of the 6-yard area, it's probably 1-1, but not to be. To the gleeful gloves of Chapman, who's under a bit of pressure this time, does just play the ball quickly and decisively out towards Gojic on the left, who will then help it on once more. Chop back inside there, and good feet as well from I think it was Ramos there. He is brought down, but the referee gives the free kick and play. We'll resume with Gojic. Still on the ball, so still no changes. Almost hit the hour mark now. Still Falkirk 0, St Mirren 1. That goal early on from Killian Phillips, the Irishman, just 24 years old, but played with such composure in the middle. And he's back to his feet, by the way, after that concussion issue. Was the ball now on the far side for a throw-in for St Mirren, as Killian Phillips now does re-enter the field of play after being cleared from a concussion. It will be Fields to take a throw-in inside to Carr. Carr under real pressure, so he keeps having to go backwards. Now it's backwards into the feet of Frazier, who will help it on to the right-hand side for Richardson. Richardson clips one in towards Phillips. Oh, lovely skill from Phillips. That's fantastic work from the number 88, and he drags it back into Richardson. Hit a little drag back through the legs of the Falkirk man, and now a chance for St Mirren, but headed away, and a free kick in fact given. I think it was Frazier challenging at the back post, up against his opposition man of strain. Free kick goes the way of Falkirk's 22, but Phillips, you just see the skill that he uses, creates the yard. Rich is overlapping as well. Not much in that free kick, to be honest, but alleviates the pressure on Falkirk, who need to change something, because at the moment St Mirren are just slowly encroaching further and further into their half, and as I said, that they are going to make a change.
Yeah, it's Doherty, the on-loan Blackburn winger, so he's coming on for the Laidlaw, I think. This was the move I kind of anticipated. He's obviously a player who's come from Championship club in England, looking for minutes. He did all right coming off the bench against Stranraer. Obviously, Stranraer are a team much lower down the ladder than St Mirren, but you think he's probably got a bit of quality about him, and they need something in wide areas to just cut this St Mirren team open now.
He's giving the ball away there, trying something too clever. And now forward comes St Mirren. It's actually a ball into the box. It is a ball into the box. It's decent as well. Header comes in, but it's wide of the mark, and wasteful again from St Mirren. We mentioned they've had lots of chances they've not taken, and if Falkirk were to grab a point in this game, they would certainly not be happy, the away side, with the wastefulness in front of goal. I mean, that's a difficult opportunity there, but it's just adding to a catalogue now of half chances that they're struggling to be decisive with.
Yeah, it's an NCO who's headed it wide. He's made a great run into the box there, but I don't think that really is his forte. He's a holding midfielder. He actually played right back for Rangers. He's on loan from Rangers and played right back for Rangers in pre-season this year. So, but it looks like he's made for a holding midfield role. He's got those long legs, that great engine. He's got some silky touches as well, but I don't think goal scoring is really in his locker at the moment.
Yeah, but forward now come St Mirren. Good ball poked through there by Sula, looking to try and find the run of Mockery, but can't do so. First time really the two have combined as an attacking duo up top. Mockery dropping in a lot deeper than Sula is, who's been leading the line, the number 9. Came through the West Bromwich Albion Academy. He was very prolific in those rankings in the Premier League 2 at youth level. He's still looking for his first Premiership goal, his first Premiership appearance for St Mirren. Ball headed up by Carr, brought down by Richardson. The ball's going to have to play according to the linesman. And we have hit the hour mark. It's still 1-0 to St Mirren. The chances few and far between really in this game, but especially more so for Falkirk, who've created nothing in this second half, and that's something that's got to change. They are 1-0 down. That's a giveaway at the back. Oh, it could be game over. It's Sula one-on-one with the goalkeeper. Saved somehow, and he's not taking his chance. That's the biggest one of the game. It should be 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, it's on target, but you really would expect a more devastating finish from that position. Absolute giveaway. He's on the right-hand side. He's on his stronger foot coming in to the penalty area. Bain at least makes him, there's a chance there maybe for Sibbald, sorry.
Indeed, down the left-hand side comes Laidlaw, so played him in. Laidlaw chops inside. Careful defending there. No foul committed. Well done from NCO. And a goal kick goes his way, but wasteful again from St Mirren.
Yeah, I think I said Laidlaw went off before. It couldn't have been. It must have been Yates, was it, who went off when Doherty came on. But yeah, Sibbald, awful. It was awful pass from Melnix, wasn't it? Looking for his goalkeeper, and you'd expect him to score there, Sula. But Bain stood up, stayed strong, and got a good sort of strong right hand to that shot. If he goes higher, it goes in 9 times out of 10. But perhaps just lacks a little bit of finesse on his finishing there, Sula.
I think so, yeah. He just needed that bit of composure, and as a young striker, that's often something that you learn with time. Clearly the case there. I believe it was Gardner who departed.
Oh, was it Gardner, right?
For Aidan Doherty. That's confirmed that. It's going to be Sula that comes off here in a change for St Mirren. So Sula off, and it'll be really frustrating afternoon for him. He's played so well.
Yeah.
But that's the chance there where you take that, you've played now, you've scored your goal, and you've played well. Now we'll come off the bench thinking, oh, that's a missed opportunity. Maybe he's not going to start the next game, but we've seen promise.
I'd be surprised if he didn't start the next game, because he was very effective in what he did, and the team are leading 1-0, largely down to a lot of his hard work. He's put a lot of hard work in, and maybe that's why he's gone off on the hour mark.
Chance now, though, straight away for Jake Young, who's come off the bench moments ago, drives to the byline. I think a tackle's come in there for a corner, I believe, indeed. So his first involvement wins a corner. Jake Young, the 25-year-old, 6'1", so it's almost an identical like-for-like change in that they've gone for the same position and also the same sort of level of physicality. Another tall striker. It was Phillips that made a run, who slipped over at the death, so even if the pullback from Jake Young was successful, I don't think he would have found a teammate either way, but Phillips has got back to his feet and will now take this corner kick. Plenty of fight in there. We've mentioned Gojic a couple of times, but he's been pretty quiet in the second half. Perhaps speaks to the lack of attack from Falkirk. Ball comes in, it's on the goalkeeper, who does punch well, bundled into his own goal there by a host of golden shirts. I don't think he's won the free kick. I think he thought he had, but he hadn't. And I think that's probably fair enough. He does make clean contact, and it's not really much contact at all from Jake Young, but maybe a bit of encroachment into his area.
I thought it was quite a clever corner that by St Mirren, rather, because Falkirk were expecting a short corner. They had 2 men out by the corner flag, expecting a short corner. They put it right onto the back post, and it needed to punch him underneath the bar. This
one, though, is more intricately worked. Phillips dinks it back, and Sio chops one over to the far post, but it's headed away easily. I just think with the clearly very windy conditions in the Falkirk Stadium, put more covers on the goalkeeper like they did moments ago, cause some problems. When it's worked short like that, both sides have so many bodies in that box, it's difficult for either team to get a clear contact on the ball, especially St Mirren attacking lofted balls that are not very well angled, instead of just firing a corner kick in and hoping the wind can sort you out a little bit. It's not from the elements, but a free kick in the way of Falkirk inside their own half. Just in the byline on the far side, about midway into their half. So one change for either side as well. In case you missed it, Jake Young came on a few moments ago for Sula, who had a good game, and Aidan Doherty came on for Gardner 5 minutes ago as the ball was claimed easily in goal by Chapman, who will then immediately launch one out far towards, again, that man has just come on, Jake Young, needs to be involved, and they're clearly trying to use his pace down that left-hand side and have Mockery again as more of a stand-in false nine out of possession.
Yeah, it was long ball aimed towards Young, and he's stuck a forearm onto the neck of Melnix, who goes down holding his head, wins the free kick, and yeah, I think there's going to be a few more of those sort of duels going on in this game, because that's the game now, isn't it, for St Mirren, to try and, you know, bypass the midfield, really get at the Falkirk defenders with the physicality of Young, and here he is.
Fantastic first touch from Young, tries to put it through, he does work it, now it's Phillips, lays it back, here's Young, strike comes in, along the ground, deflected, in the end deflected kindly for Bain to catch and hold. There's a run coming in, back post there, there's Ramos, but he couldn't quite get there, that deflection I think unkind to him. Now forward come Falkirk, bundled over, Carr bundles his man, it's again into Sibbald. Yellow card's been shown, I think, to is it to Carr? It is. Yeah. First yellow card of the game, just an overexertion of force there, I think.
I think that's it. Yeah, it's the fact that Sibbald's already off the pitch, so it's like a foul when a guy's running off the pitch. It's seen as a little bit, well, he's not quite off the pitch, but he made sure he was with that shoulder charge. Just a little bit unnecessary. You know, I think if he just runs alongside him, Sibbald carries that ball out of play.
Yeah, absolutely. He just needed to shepherd him really further wide, and that's a needless free kick to give away and allow Falkirk to try and pump that ball into the St Mirren box, which they are going to just about do. The ball short of the area, heads go up, it's won by a gold shirt, and then held on by Sibbald, and that'll be worked over for McIver. Down the right hand side to Doherty, well played from him. Ball comes in, decent one as well. McIver looked menacing. It's headed away by NCO. Flicked on once more by the on-loan Rangers man. Ball now into the feet of Young. Oh, it's a reckless challenge there. I think he went to ground rather than made a challenge, but it didn't look too nice, and thankfully, for his sake and his opposition, he didn't catch a man. Now over to the left. It's into number 17, driving forward is Tanser. Keep hold of it as well. Loops one in to the back post. It might fall for a player kindly. Hooks back across. Then a shot coming in, deflected. Corner kick to come. All of a sudden, Falkirk have jumped to life. Yeah, they're getting more bodies into the box now. Still, the chances aren't being, the half chances aren't being taken, but they're putting some dangerous balls in there. They're forcing some last gasp headers and some blocks and things like that. So there's definitely more of a threat about Falkirk at the moment. There has been for quite a while. Absolutely, they have taken the initiative, and with that, we have hit the halfway point in the second half. So just before the corner, I'll hand over to you, Simon, to take us through to full time. Jack McMillan's limping, quite pronounced limp as well, as he's being marked inside the penalty area by Young. The corner's going to be taken left-footed by Sibbald. It's a high-hanging one to the back post, and it's it's poor delivery. In the end, it's played towards the back post and scrambled in the penalty area. The claims for a handball there from the Falkirk players. Referee not interested, and now there's a potential counter-attack on the cards there as St Mirren launch it long, but headed away by Falkirk, and Yates, who's back there defending, and we'll try and bring it forward again. Starting to get some momentum now, the home side, after a long spell on the back foot. Ramos has to get back there and head a ball clear. It's picked up by Carr with loads of space to work with in midfield. He carries it forward, chips a pass out towards Phillips on the far side. Good defensive header away by Strain. Lands at Mockery's feet, but he's lost that one in a challenge to Yates. Yates gets past a man and plays it out to the right hand side. There's a chase on here for McIver. McIver's got 3 gold shirts around, puts a ball into the penalty area. Richardson back there helping out, has got some kind of connection on that one, and eventually via Fieldson, St Mirren will bring it away. But the game very stretched and quite chaotic at the moment as Falkirk win it back again. St Mirren looking a little bit tired here as well now. It's a bit of a strange one, even though they have made the most recent substitution, and now the referee's given Falkirk a free kick here for a late challenge on Strain. Again, just lazy on the perhaps tired, as you say. Defensive work, free kick given is Phillips. It's just clumsy. He needs to get out of the way. Doesn't. Commits a foul by just throwing himself in front of a blue shirt, and a free kick now to come. I think Falkirk are building. They've been allowed back into this game from St Mirren. They've not really done much to get themselves back in it themselves. St Mirren have sort of just fallen off a little bit. They've taken the sting out of their attacks. They're not really countering. And a double change now for Falkirk could spell danger for the away side.
Yeah, so McIver, who's been pretty ineffectual today, has gone off, and McMillan, who we saw limping moments ago at that last corner, as the other player to go off in this double change for the Bairns. So Ross is one of the two men who's just come on for the home side. They've got this free kick out on the right. It's going to be taken by Strain, who launches it into the penalty area. Goalkeeper stays on his line. It's headed towards it. It's poked in the back post. And I think it's a first touch from Parkinson. He was the other sub, and he scored with his first touch, following up a ball that was played across the area. The free kicks worked a treat, and St Mirren will only have themselves to blame. Well,
there we go. Said they got back into the game, really through the fault of St Mirren, who allowed them to, and they've got the goal. Bang on 70 minutes. It's a really well-worked free kick. I think Phillips plays everyone on side as well. Ball comes in, headed across. They complained for a handball. All right, St Mirren, they're not going to get one. And it's really instinctual play from the substitute, who, I think you're right, has scored his first touch there, and it's a dead finish as well.
Yeah. Yeah, so Falkirk back on terms. I don't think really Melnick's meant that header back across goal. I think he should be heading that towards the goalkeeper and trying to force a save, but it's come off the side of his head. Almost like a 50p head there from Melnick's, but it's fallen perfectly for Parkinson, whose instinct got in there, his pace got in there, and he just had that deft touch to get it past the goalkeeper. It's being checked by the virtual, by the referee, by the VAR, I should say. So we're yet to receive official confirmation of the goal, but didn't see much wrong with it for me.
Well, they were asking for a handball, I think, when that the header comes in for the assist. Just watch it back here. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. I think that's a fair header. I'm not really sure what the complaints can be. There's no offside. So I think they'd be hard done by if this gets chalked off. But again, I'm sure VAR will be looking at it 4 million times with every camera angle under the sun to try and find a reason to chalk it off. I'm just not sure there's much in it. I've seen another replay of it here. So there's clearly something. Maybe it does come off the arm, but it's tucked. I think it'd be harsh to disallow it.
Yeah. I mean, I've not seen anything conclusive that said it was from his arm, but I mean, the fact that the referee's given it on the pitch, if they can't find any conclusive evidence to send him to the monitor to look at it again, this goal's going to stand. The referee still hasn't received the word from the VAR yet, but the players are all lined up ready for the centre. But yeah, we still wait. Melnick's was the player who may have come off his arm, may have come off his shoulder, but we're still waiting for the official confirmation of whether this is a goal or not. Right now it's Falkirk 1, St Mirren 1. The referee is still telling them to hang on as he receives information in his ear, and he's saying he's going to check it himself. So it looks like he's being sent to the monitor because they think there's possible handball here from Dennis Melnick, who is very puzzled. His face is absolute picture at the moment.
Yeah, whether or not that's covering up a guilty smile or not, I don't know. I mean, does it come off his arm? Maybe, yeah. But I just think because it is tucked, I'm not sure. I think I can see, after looking at it 40 times, why they can disallow it, because it is off the elbow. But I don't think that's a very conclusive angle. The one front on doesn't look like it hits his arm at all. That one looks like he's just handballed it Maradona style straight into Parkinson. Yeah, and it looks like the goal is going to be disallowed here by the referee at Falkirk Stadium, much to the annoyance of the home fans who thought they were back in the game there. Melnick's contact then seems to have been below the shoulder, on the arm, and that's what's meant that the score remains 1-0 to St Mirren. Yeah, harsh, but they've got to go again now. They've got to galvanise with that disallowed goal.
I thought there was something a little bit awry with it. When I initially saw it, I thought it came off his head, and a little bit of a 50p head, but it clearly was off his, not his head, and off another part of his body, which was illegitimate, and I've seen the score remain 1-0. Here's the free kick taken by Chapman, launched downfield. Now Phillips comes in with a shot on the half volley, just launches it over the bar. But again, that's St Mirren getting back to what they do best, going direct, and almost getting another goal.
Yeah, working tirelessly is Phillips. really tenacious, hasn't he? Getting forward and backward and using his frame to his advantage. That time just doesn't quite catch it right, but the correct intention shown, taking on himself. I think this game might open up a bit now.
Yeah, it looks like there's another goal in it as the ball's cleared out for a throw-in by Richardson. Laidlaw was pressing him. Throw-in for Falkirk. Tanzer's going to take it. He's got substitute Ross trying to make half a yard. It goes back to Sibbald. He knocks it back now to Henderson. Finds his goalkeeper Bain, pressed by Young. They pass around him in a neat triangle, and Henderson now has free rein to launch this one long downfield in the direction of Parkinson. He's risen, but he's knocked away by Gogic. Gogic under pressure, and his penalty heads it away again. Parkinson was pressurising him there. Ramos tries to turn, but dispossessed by Tanzer. Carr now does really well, wins a free kick as well as he skips past Tanzer. And free kick awarded to St Mirren.
Yeah, really well worked there from the number 8. It's been fired up since he was booked about 10 minutes ago, but that's fantastic footwork. Just gets away from 2, then waits for contact, brought down. That pressure just alleviated for the moment. Another change though from St Mirren being readied. Yeah, so clearly Craig McLeish thinks that fresh legs are needed at this point in the game. Couldn't quite see who's got his car who's gone off there. The player was booked and then won that free kick, so maybe a thought there that they don't want to risk him being booked again. Ramos is coming off, and it's a double change for St Mirren, so Carr and Ramos go off. And just awaiting confirmation of the players coming on here for the Buddies. I think it's Luke Thomas and Liam Donnelly,
right,
I believe, to come on. So a defensive and attacker change. I think that's fairly like for like, just maybe moving a midfielder into defence.
Long ball forward from Falkirk. Gogic underneath it, but Parkinson's beaten him to it. Parkinson running down the right with support inside him from Ross. Puts an early ball in there, flashes across the 6-yard box, and is going to be gathered on the far side by Laidlaw. He's up against Richardson. Knocks it back into Tanzer. Awful cross from Tanzer into the air and headed away by St Mirren in midfield. Then Melnix gets across, knocks it out of play for a throw. And throw which St Mirren will take. Thomas just lets that one run. Got 14 minutes plus stoppage time to go at Falkirk. There will be a bit of stoppage time now because of the VAR check. Quite a long, lengthy delay as word came to the referee they need to go and view that penalty. Sorry, not the penalty. The goal that was awarded and then disallowed for the handball. So probably 2 or 3 minutes, I think, added on because of that incident alone. As again, Falkirk win a throw in further down the left-hand side. To be taken by Tanzer. Glyn, the Bairns boss, looks pensive as he watches on. There's possibly another sub getting ready to come on just behind him. Tanzer then, in fact it's Melnix, in fact, long throw into the near post. Headed on at the back post, a good clearing header now, knocks it away for St Mirren. And it's going to be another throw in to be taken by Melnix as the ball boy does his job of servicing the Falkirk defender, who winds up and sends in a high throw in towards the penalty area. Good header from Donnelly, knocks it clear again, and it's going to be a third throw in a row from the same position virtually. So Henderson's in there, Ross, Laidlaw in there as well, and it goes from Melnick. It goes from player again. It's headed away. And then coming in on it is Strain. Strain trying to weave his way past men, stopped by NCO. Still going here, and eventually it's scrambled away. Now a volley comes in from Sibbald, well blocked though by one of the St Mirren players, launching him at it. And now there's a potential counter-attack on the halfway line. Youngs was lurking out on the right-hand side. He's carrying it forward, plays it across into NCO. NCO tries to leave it, and then for Phillips, falls in a heap. And it's cleared by Falkirk, but it's messy there. Could he have done a bit better there, NCO?
I just don't understand why they're so wasteful, St Mirren, on these counter-attacks. That's 3 now they've had, where they've had a 3 or even a 4-on-1. And again, this time it's Young driving forward, and it's just a poor ball. He's got to get it out ahead of NCO, who makes a gut-busting run all the way. And the pass just behind him, he can't take a good first touch. He should have gone to the far post even to find Thomas. Either way, decision the wrong one. I thought initially he should have gone himself and driven at the Falkirk defender, the last man back, and tried to find one at the near post. The goalkeeper's right.
Doesn't even commit that defender, does he, before he plays the pass?
He doesn't. He's caught in 3 minds almost, and in the end, the decision he makes is the wrong one, and the execution poor.
Yeah, another couple of changes here for Falkirk's. Just mentioned John McGlynn was looking to change things up again, and We'll just confirm those changes in a moment because we've got a free kick to St Mirren now. So McCann and McGovern have come on for Tanser and Laidlaw. So a complete change down the left-hand side by the look of things for Falkirk as Phillips takes this free kick into the penalty area, headed away. Donnelly tries to play it back and it's scrambled clear by Sibbald. Now Ross tries to fasten onto it. He's been caught there late by Fieldson as he was trying to get away. The referee's going to issue a yellow card now to Fieldson.
Indeed, and that's poor because he was looking for that, was the Falkirk man. You can see as soon as he wins the ball, he waits for the contact, and then the contact comes in abundance. A deserving yellow card, and St Mirren just needs to be careful. They should have killed this game off. I don't think they'll get another chance to do so unless they have a successful counter-attack for once, but it's Falkirk now with the momentum.
Oh, Doherty easily dispossessed as he tried to take his man on down the right-hand side, and now here comes St Mirren again with Mockery tiptoeing round and then playing it towards Young, who's trying to use his physicality, but Henderson stayed firm and plays the pass back to Bain. Bain takes his time, goes back to Henderson out on the right side of the Falkirk defence. He launches it forward on the volley up towards Parkinson. He's meeting the sandwich there between two St Mirren defenders, and Gogic clears up with a back pass to Chapman. First time clearance as we enter the final 10 minutes at Falkirk Stadium, and it's still 1-0 to the Buddies. Now Sibbald, centre of the park, sideways pass. Yates moves it further to the right hand side now for Strain. Strain's pointing for Doherty to hug the touchline, and that's what he does. Knocks it back, now cross goes in towards the penalty area, half volleyed away by Richardson. It's going to be kept alive, is it, down the left hand side? Not quite, as the clearance is going to roll up towards the halfway line, picked up by Henderson. Henderson finds Ross, and things just slow down a little bit here now for Falkirk. They're chasing the game, 1-0 down at home, and that's an awful pass from Sibbald. Does it go out of play for a throw-in to Falkirk, or well, the cameras linger on Sibbald now? I'm not sure. Did Doxy keep that one in?
No. It's overhit and well out of play, and again Falkirk, that execution just lacking a little bit when it counts. They've not really created enough in this game. Of course that goal chalked off, perhaps harshly, but I think it probably was a handball on balance. Other than that, they've not really created much, and that goal in itself was fortuitous in how it came about.
As here comes Doherty now, down the right hand side for Falkirk, linking up with Strain. Doherty now moves inside. The on loan Blackburn man plays it back to Sibbald. Square ball finds Henderson. Henderson wide to McCann. McCann gets it out of his feet, looks to open his body up for a cross. He tries to wriggle his way past Thomas. Thomas does great defensive work there, though, gets his body in the way. No way past there for McCann. It's going to be a goal kick.
Really good defending there from St Mirren. And, fantastic work out the back. McCann just he takes his eye off the ball for a second, a bit too lackadaisical, thinks about swinging the cross in. By the time he's formulated the thought, the ball's pinched off him and he's retreating backwards. But another change here, in Mockery to come off and Idowu to come on. So a light flight change there, just freshen things up. And the Scotsman is on the field for the final 7 minutes of normal time.
Roland Idowu, then the latest change. As free kick's going to be taken by Jacob Chapman from just wide of his penalty area right hand side. Hits it long into the Falkirk half, and it's met by Henderson on the volley. Ross tidies up, back pass to McCann. Now Sibbald. Triangle with Ross. Ross forced infield by the press, but he finds a route through that to Melnix. Melnix down the left hand side now. Asked a lot there of Strain. Sorry, down the right hand side, asked a lot of Strain. It goes out for a throw. And St Mirren have got Falkirk just where they want them right now. The points look to be heading to Paisley in this opening weekend fixture. Last night, 1-1 draw between Dundee United and Rangers. Well, it would mean that if you do look at the tables, then St Mirren will be going top at this very early stage. There's a good ball out to the left-hand side now, and it's McCann who's just outpaced there by the recovery speed of Richardson. That was really good from the Englishman. And now Donnelly should get this one away, but he's dwelt on the ball, and he's won back by McCann. Ross inside to Sibbald, about 40 yards out now, centre of the park. Yates slides it across there and gets it back from McGovern. McGovern again. In fact, no, this is Doherty now. who's trying to operate down the right-hand side into the penalty area. Quick feet, good challenge comes in from Fieldson, and then a cross does eventually come into the near post, headed away by Gogic behind for a corner. Yeah, pressure being applied now, late on from Falkirk. Gogic stands tall and nods behind, but a good play on that right-hand side. I mean, Doherty doesn't look great since he came on. He's not the best of cameos off the bench, but he's offering something, hugging that touchline, as you said earlier, Simon, and just creating a bit of an option for Falkirk. Corner kick, though, they've got plenty of bodies forward for it. It'll be Doherty to take it. Yeah, he's the new left-footed corner taker. It was Sibbald on these deliveries before. He's got Parkinson, Henderson, Melnick's all lurking in the penalty area, and he goes towards the near post, heading towards goal, and it's scrambled off the line somehow by St Mirren. I think Ross was the player who tried to get the first header in. It flashed past him, and then there was chance for handball at the back post. It may have come off a Falkirk hand, though. Yeah, let's have a look here. Ball swung in. No, there's no handball there for me. I think it's on the pivot. Is it Fraser or Richardson who turns for it? There's no handball there. No. And just unfortunate. It's a great ball in from Doherty, I've just criticised. Fantastic in-swinger. Just no one can make enough purchase. Yeah, well, it looks like time's running out now for Falkirk to get back into this game. We're into the final 5 minutes. Throw in from Henderson. Goes back to his defensive partner, Melnick's. And they'll start from square one. Long ball from Henderson again into the channel for... This is Parkinson running the channel really well, gets his foot on the ball inside the penalty, turns away from Gogic and wins a corner. That was a pretty good, neat turn and eventually an end product there which forced the corner from Parkinson. Yeah, well played from the number 7 there, driving forward on the left-hand side and just sort of dragging the gold shirts out of the defensive line. Falkirk have been decent, applying the late pressure, the desperation perhaps just catalysing the quality. Let's wait and see if they do get a goal to reward their efforts. Yeah, Strain with the corner. Ryan Strain, right-footed ball in at the near post, is towards the back post now as it might land on the volley for Sibbald, and he couldn't quite strike it. Now a counter-attack here with Idowu leading the charge for St Mirren. Idowu's got pace, he's got the strength to get away from Doherty trying to get back him. Still with Idowu, plays it inside. Could be a tap in here for Phillips for his second. Oh, and it's half blocked, and he goes in on a deflection anyway. And the points are now getting back to Paisley. It's Killian Phillips with his second of the game. It dribbled in past a very disappointed Scott Bain, but Idowu did so well on that counter-attack. Finally, Phillips has his second. He's threatened for the double for the majority of the game since scoring his first, and now does secure all 3 points for the away side. Fantastic counter-attack. Finally, they've got one right on the break, and it's composed play from Idowu, who dragged in the 2 men, then slipped it through to Phillips, who strike deflected, beat the goalkeeper. And that will be that. 4 minutes to go of normal time, and a long, long way back for Falkirk now. But I think St Mirren on the whole deservedly these 3 points. Yeah, Idowu didn't really seem to get the ball under control for a while, but he was just too strong for Doherty, who could not get back on the right side of him. And then he had the composure to pass it inside to Phillips. McCann was trying to stretch. He got half a block in on the shot from Phillips, but he just dribbled past sort of completely wrong-footed Bain. St Mirren have been a threat on the counter-attack all game long, and finally they seal the points with that 2-on-2 break. Yeah, good start to the opening weekend for the away side in this one. I mentioned the terrible record away from home in the Premiership last season, but they're looking to try and right that immediately at the start of this one. So back underway with Falkirk pushing on, but I just think they had 2 corners, didn't they, that were fantastic balls in. No one made contact, and you think, well, if you don't take your chances, you don't score goals. And then St Mirren go the other end and do take a chance at last, which they failed to do for the majority of the second half. But his chance maybe for Doherty again. Corner of the penalty area, goes with the curling ball into the near post. Easy for Chapman to come out and gather into his arms. And again, another disappointing end product there from Doherty. But Phillips was booked actually for his celebrations. He took his shirt off right in front of the St Mirren away fans and was booked for that action. His ball's in the air, headed down by Strain. Fieldson gets it out of the tight area. Now Phillips tries to play it forward again towards Young. Back to the goalkeeper off his line. Bain clears. Bang downfield towards Parkinson. Gogic takes charge and launches it back into the Falkirk half. Lots of empty seats appearing now on the far side in the main stand at Falkirk Stadium. The home fans feeling as though this is probably all done and dusted. And here they come again. Well, Killian Phillips will obviously be a contender for man of the match with his 2 goals today. Is that how you see it, or are there some other candidates as well? Yeah, I think so. I think he probably runs away with it, not just because of the 2 goals, which
really weren't well taken, and quite fortunate they both ended up in the back of the net. But he's been really good, I think, in providing an outlet in that sort of final third area of the pitch. He's got back really well defensively. He's been a nightmare for those Falkirk defenders to deal with, and of course he's scored his 2 goals, both pretty scrappy. But at the end of the day, they're the 2 goals that separate his 2 sides. So man of the match for me, and he's playing with a lot of class and skill at the moment, driving forward as they look for a third St Mirren.
Yeah, they do, with Thomas now trying to find Phillips down by the corner flag. He's taking it away from the defender, trying to shield it, and he's want to throw in. He's getting a good pat on the back from his teammates, and a real good reception from the Buddies fans. Killian Phillips, and yeah, they're quite vocal, aren't they? The St Mirren fans in his closing stages, as they should be. They're going to pick up 3 points the opening game of the season. Ball's cannoned out off the boots of Richardson for a goal kick. We're going to find out shortly how many minutes of stoppage time the referee's adding on. Like I say, I think it'll be at least 2 or 3. And a lot of substitutions in the second half, and at least 2 minutes wasted because of that long VAR check as the ball's headed on by Falkirk. If they can get one back now, you wouldn't rule out maybe panic stations in that St Mirren box late on, but McGovern's felled right on the edge of the box. Good challenge by Thomas, and he plays it out now to Phillips, who's got time to take the pass, and then a little Rabona ball down the left hand side for Idowu. Idowu still going here up against Melnix, showing good strength and good shielding of the ball as well. Keeps it nicely away from Melnix, and now plays it into Phillips again. Phillips, party pieces are coming out, gets it back to Idowu, who looks to shoot, chops it back onto his left foot, wants it back on his right, just wanted to take too many touches there, I think, and eventually Falkirk get it away. Yeah,
that's a foul there as well, coming in. It's a late one and a yellow card as well for Thomas. He's just got it all wrong and had to take out his man. But yeah, you're right, party tricks out now. Fantastic Rabona ball on the left-hand side, wasn't it, from Killian Phillips. Came through at Crystal Palace Academy as well. Appearance for the Eagles, but he's certainly showing why he's a quality first-team footballer. He's 24, but you wouldn't really know it based on how he plays. But Falkirk, yeah, I mean, you said if they get one a few minutes early, maybe panic stations. I think they've avoided those stations for now. Have St Mirren, but another booking going in, and Killian Phillips won his hat-trick, really. He's got 3 minutes to find it.
Yeah, he's certainly in that kind of mood, isn't he? We saw great skill from him about 15-20 minutes ago down the right-hand side, and that Rabona pass was really accurately played as well to Idowu, who then did very well to get it back to Phillips on the edge of the box. They come again here with Richardson. I think they're going towards the corner flag now with Thomas. He knocks it back to Donnelly. Phillips has come short. Now he has to try and take up a different position. NCO plays it forward. It's intercepted by Melnix. NCO wins it back though. He's been excellent in the middle of the park as well today, although the decision's gone against St Mirren now.
Yeah, I think an offside there in the build-up. But NCO, you're right, he's been fantastic, hasn't he, in midfield. The on-loan Rangers man, really tenacious, but a lot of quality on the ball, which I think is rare. You get a midfielder that has both, so that ability to be physical and win the ball, but also to do something with it. And I think the young man possesses both qualities for me.
Yeah, I don't know what Derek McInnes was doing playing him at right back in pre-season. He looks like a complete ground eater for me. You know, those long legs and the ability to get from box to box. He's being played in the right position by Craig McLeish. There's McCann, who chops away from Thomas and gets caught again, and Thomas has got to be careful. He was booked literally a minute and a half ago. Referee lets this one go as now they take a quick free kick to Ross. Ross carries it forward. He's got 2 St Mirren men around him. Does really well. Second challenge comes in and gives Falkirk a corner.
Yeah, potentially a consolation late on, unless they're really quick with the restart. But decent play from Ross. I just think offensively, Falkirk have been all at sea in this game. They've not really created anything from open play, and there's been no patterns of play as well to recognise in terms of their final third movement. So something to work on. Yeah,
as Ross takes his corner high towards the back post, he's overhit most of his players. He's headed back towards the edge, and then Phillips again there with a decent defensive intervention, trying to set up a counter-attack. Falkirk have men back there. McCann is the final defender. Knocks it wide to the corner taker Ross, who's come very deep now to receive. He takes on Richardson, gets brought down, dragged down by the former Nottingham Forest youth player. In the end, it's chipped forward. The referee says play on. Idowu stays on side, trying to set up Phillips, who's tumbling. He finds Idowu into the penalty area, shoots for goal. Great block comes in from Sibbald to put it behind for a corner.
Yeah, really good from Killian Phillips there. He's not trying to be selfish. He goes to the ground. He could have got back up and tried to carry on himself and go for the hat-trick, but he just side foots it as he's falling. Good ball to Idowu, who takes on the shot, blocked well by Sibbald. The last-ditch effort. yeah, corner kick, and still on for the hat-trick is the number 88.
Yeah, I think he's just asking the linesman have they got time to take this corner. They take it short, and the referee blows the whistle, and it's all over at Falkirk Stadium as St Mirren win 2-0 away from home, and a brace from Killian Phillips is just what the Buddies wanted. Final score, Falkirk 0, St Mirren 2.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent